Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jake with Fitness Insider, and today I'm giving you guys another good one. So recently I did a video on Phil Heath potentially making a 2020 comeback. So I figured while we're on that realm of comebacks, I might as well do one on Kai Greene. So if anybody is a fan of bodybuilding like I am, you know as well as I do, nobody teases a comeback like Kai Greene. This man has a talent every year for getting the whole freaking fandom excited about a comeback for the Olympia, teases on Instagram and videos, and then once the show comes, no Kai Greene. So there's things I want to discuss with this. So I'm going to try to structure the video like this. I have an interview from RX Muscle where Kai Greene basically gets pressured by Dave to actually disclose what's going on with that, his relationship with the Olympia, and, you know, what his plans are with the future. And then after that, I'm going to get into whether I think now, in 2020, if this dude actually still could win the Mr. Olympia, or, you know, because he hasn't competed in the Olympia since 2014. This is going to be 6 years later. He's in his 40s now. Does he still have it? Can this man still disappoint the whole lineup if he comes back? Because, man, he is that good. He's hovering around 300 pounds in a very long off season, if you want to call that, a semi-retired state. So just to hang around at 300 pounds and very lean, man. He is super lean for somebody that's technically off season. You know, many people in the industry have pointed out in the past that this dude is literally 4 weeks away from stepping on stage at any given moment throughout the year. So, in my mind, just that alone shows that he wants to be ready if the occasion calls for it. So, again, what I'm going to do is show the interview. I'm going to show a couple highlights of him talking about his plans for the future as far as the Olympia. And then after, we're going to get into whether he can make it in the 2020 Olympia with some comparisons. So follow me along. Let's get into this thing.
And we heard about it. You posted a picture on your Instagram. I want to, and these people want to know, what went on at that meeting? What was said?
Well, I don't know. Nothing really. We still have... We have some work to do, so, yeah.
Was there talk about a Kai Greene comeback to the Mr. Olympia competition?
I wish it were that simple. I really do. We had a conversation,
right?
But the conversation was still very incomplete, and we still have some things to look at. So, you know, we have some things to discuss. So I'm really not even in a place to say one way or another, you know.
Let me ask you this question. Do you want to come back to the Mr. Olympia competition if the situation was right for you? The environment that was created was ideal for you to come back?
Yeah.
You still have the fire to compete? To win that Mr. Olympia title?
You know, I really wish that we'd have finished having the conversation that we needed to in order to be beyond what needs to happen in order to have this conversation now. You know, you can't put the cart before the horse. This becomes promotion. You get me? If we haven't done the necessary stuff we need to do beforehand, we have nothing to promote. And that's the truth.
I want to know if Kai Greene still has that fire to win the Mr. Olympia competition, the thing that you started out right from the very beginning wanting more than anything in life. You know, I want to be Mr. Olympia. You told me that once before. Do you still have that same desire?
Like I said, promotion is a very good thing.
Solomon, do you feel that you're closer than you were prior to meeting with Dan Solomon to possibly, you know, having those conditions be met?
I think Dan knows a lot better than you do, and I think that the people that need to be aware are aware, and, you know, if they were ever to get serious about doing what they're supposed to do, we'd be able to get to the other place where we can promote and have a great time.
Oh, so you're saying...
But we can't do that without taking care of the necessary stuff.
But do you feel that at least they know what you want now?
I feel that the fans of the sport are kept in the dark. You don't know. And what happens is, I'm not in a position to try to tell you everything, because the truth is there's a legal complication that I have to avoid. So no one is able to get up on here and tell you what you may want to hear, because the truth is there's so much more that has to happen in order for it to be right, in order for it to be able to make sense, in order for it to be supported.
The purity of bodybuilding when we first got into it, the love of the sport, has kind of, takes a backseat sometimes when you get to that elite level of the Mr. Olympia, where there is now politics, there's logistical things that go on, there's legal aspects to it. It's not just like, I want to compete at the Mr. Olympia and for the purity of the sport, because I know you do it for free. I mean, at this point,
Absolutely.
You love bodybuilding.
That is such a valuable and real question.
Wow, guys. Kai Greene, man, I love the dude. He's one of my favorite bodybuilders of all time. But, man, this dude has a talent for just bullshitting, dude. Like, I've never seen somebody get so off the point and off topic. And in his defense, in this circumstance, I get why he did it, It sounds like he really legally can't get into the reasons why he has not been competing at the Mr. Olympia. But it's not just this time. That's the problem, man. Like, I've seen interviews with Generation Iron and just a bunch of different ones. And every time someone just asks him a simple question, he just goes off on some kind of philosophical fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love philosophy as much as the next guy, but when it comes to when you're doing an interview and someone gives you a point-blank question with a yes or no answer or a simple answer required, just answer the question, man. There's a time for that stuff, and then there's a time for just being direct. And as much as I love Kai and how crazy some of his answers are, I do think he needs to get to the point sometimes. But anyways, again, like I said, in his defense, in this circumstance, I get why. And this is one of the reasons why I love RX Muscle and Dave Palumbo, man. Like, most interviews, when they interview this guy, they let him go off on these tangents where he's avoiding answering the hard questions. Dave will listen to the tangent and then rephrase the same question until he gets some kind of an answer, something close to what he wanted to hear. So, while Dave didn't get anything, solid, cement, definite answers about whether he's coming back or when he's coming back, he definitely got some stuff that lends itself to show that he wants to and he will if everything aligns. So, the highlights of all that was basically him saying that, there's legal reasons why he couldn't in the past, and beyond that, he said, Dave said something like, if I know you love bodybuilding, you would come back and do the Olympia for free if you could. And that's funny, man, because I agree 100%. I think he would do it. A lot of people say that he's afraid to come back or he don't think he can win. Dude, Kai Greene is 300 pounds and still pretty damn in shape. Right here, look, against Cedric McMillan, okay? Cedric is widely considered one of the best genetic bodybuilders of the current era. A lot of people say if he comes in shape to the Olympia, nobody could beat him. And right here, Kai is matching. I mean, Kai beat him here, of course, but Kai is just matching up so favorably against this dude. So, for people to say that Kai he's too old, he can't come back, Kai looks phenomenal, man. Look at his Instagram. I know a lot of time he posts old videos and old pictures, but he does post current stuff, and the dude looks sick, man. And if you think for 1 second that he could not get in this kind of shape again, you're wrong, man. I'm telling you, if he come back and does the Olympia in 2020, especially if Phil Heath ain't there, I don't see anybody getting in his way. Not Sean Roden, possibly Big Ramy. Big Ramy's the only one that could actually, come in at 100% and beat everybody. But Ramy's never come in like that. So until that happens, I don't see that happening. But anyways, guys, long story short, I think Kai Greene wants to come back. I think there's a possibility that he will because the Olympia wants him back. They've said it a number of times on interviews. at least as far as I understand. So, anyways, guys, this is Jake with Fitness Insider. Again, I want to throw a shout out to RX Muscle for always having the quality interviews. But again, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.